Welcome back to Organ Makers, and today we're going to build this chimney case, shaker style, and I'm going to do a separate video for the finishing. And we start like we always do by breaking down all the plywood, and I had this weird anomaly in one of the pieces. So here I'm stacking pieces together and cutting them all at the same time so they're all exactly the same size. And now we're cutting down hardwood. I'm using poplar because we're going to paint it. And all the shelves, I'm doing a little plywood edge to kind of thicken them up and hide the plywood. And you'll see I'm marking for biscuits. And that's how I do the edging on the shelves, gluing it up. And you'll see that the plywood's a little thicker, or the edging's thicker than the plywood. That's on purpose. And then we're going to plane all the pieces to make the case up, down a little bit, which you've all seen that. So we're going to do tongue and groove joinery for this whole case. And we're using plywood panels. And I'm cutting a slot, the width of the plywood. And then I'm making tenons on all the rails. And that's how it looks with the crosscuts. And then I'm using my tenoring jig to make the final cut. And you can do this on a router. I do it with the tenoring jig. It's a lot easier to make adjustments on the table saw than it is on the router table. So breaking out a hand tool here. I'm going to cut the feet. They're just going to be kind of plain and simple. And I get into it and I realize there's a better way to do this. So I do it the better way. So because the tongue goes, or the groove goes into the feet, I'm making little keys here that after I glue everything up, I will slide those in and hide them. And it's going to be at the bottom of the case. You're not even going to see them, but I'd rather have this little fix than showing the slot there. Now we have to do all the fitting together. Even though you cut all the parts, they don't always just fit together very cleanly. The table saw leaves a little bit of fuzz. And then as you run material through it, isn't 100% flat or you didn't hold it just right. So I'm going to go ahead and make little adjustments, clean everything up, and then fit everything together. Here's kind of what fuzz is left over. So it's not a lot. A razor and a chisel solves most of the problems. And this one was not fitting in very well. You'll see here in a second. And so to solve that problem, I'm going to just nick the tongue down a little bit. It was just, I don't know, I think the board kind of rose up off the blade a little bit as I went through. So I just trimmed the tongue down a little bit. And then because I'm kind of cleaning up both tenons as I go, the second side fits in perfectly at first try. Well, almost perfectly. There's the haunched tenon for the bottom. It's kind of the side of the blade versus the edge of the blade. Leaves a little line there. Now I'm just kind of breaking the edges of my panels. It's just 1/4 inch plywood that I'm using. And trying to get everything to fit in there real nice. This one kind of gives me a little grief. But nothing a little persuasion won't solve. There we go, one side on, and then the other side. Boom. So I make sure that everything clamps up good, everything draws nice. And then I put witness marks on each joint so that I know which pieces go with what, because there's 4 sides all together. So I'm just putting glue on the tenons only, not the plywood, and flip it over and do the other side. And then we'll throw some clamps on it and we'll let it dry. You can see in the background there against the garage door there's other panels that I've already done. So with every glue up you get some squeeze out. Because it's painted, I'd rather just knock it off after everything's dried up than go in there and wiping everything down. Give it a quick sanding on all the joints to kind of flush them up and get all the glue off. And then they're going to have adjustable shelves. So I'm putting the 10 on my line just so it's an easy measurement for where I want it to be. And then I'm using this shelf pin jig and I'm kind of beveling the holes with countersink. That's supposed to go on a drill press, but I just use my hands and flipping over the other side. That's the little jig I got from Rockler a long time ago. And that's the bit. It comes with a special bit with a little brad point and spring loaded, and it has a depth stop to it. So now we're going to put the case sides together. So I'm going to use biscuits. And I've put the case together dry, and because I work alone a lot, I'm going to glue up one side first, and then I'm going to let that dry overnight, and then I'll glue up the other side. So on this first side I'm also gluing in the plywood panels that divide it. And then on go all the clamps. And then the next day I glue on the other side. It's more accurate this way, plus I don't have enough clamps to do it both ways. So that's it for the build, and I have a separate video which I'm going to queue up next. That will be the finishing. Stay tuned for that.